President Roosevelt is arriving at Newfound Gap now for the dedication of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. There he's in his car. Following behind there is the press car provided by Smoky Mountain Tours. The governor of North Carolina and the governor of Tennessee will be making speeches. The governor of South Carolina is there in attendance. Secretary of the Interior Ike will also be speaking along with several others. There's approximately 10,000 people that have showed up for the dedication. As Roosevelt begins his speech, we see he's beginning to prepare America for war, possibly. I will be quoting portions of Roosevelt's speech here, but not in entirety, so we'll take a little segment here and there. Here in the Great Smoky Mountains, we meet today to dedicate these mountains, streams, and forests to the service of millions of American people. We're living under governments which are proving their dedication and devotion to national parks. The governors of North Carolina and Tennessee have greatly helped us, and Secretary of Interior today ready for the dedication of two more parks, Kings Canyon in California and Olympia National Park in the state of Washington. And soon we hope we'll have a third, Big Bend Park in Texas. There are trees that stood here before our forefathers came to this continent. There are brooks that will run as clear on the day the first pioneer cupped his hands and took a drink from them. In this park we shall conserve the pine, the redwood, the dogwood, the azalea, the rhododendron, the trout, and the brush, for the happiness of the American people. That hewing was hard. The dangers were many. The rifle could not be far from the axe. The pioneers stood on their feet, got their own game, and fought off their own enemies. In the time of incident or misfortune, they helped each other. In time of Indian attack, they stood by each other. Today, we no longer face Indians and hard and lonely struggles with the future. But also, we have grown fit in many ways. If we are to survive, we cannot be soft in a world which there are dangers that threaten Americans. Danger far more deadly than were the frontiersmen had to face. Therefore, to meet the threat, to ward off those dangers, the Congress of the United States and chief executives are establishing by law the obligation inherent in our citizenship to serve our forces for defense through training in many capacities. It is not in every case easy or pleasant to ask men of the nation to leave their homes and the women of the nation to give their men to the service of the nation. But the men and the women of America have never held back, even when it is meant personal sacrifice on their part, if the sacrifice is for the common good. We must prepare in thousands of ways. Men are not enough. We must have arms. We must learn how to use those arms. We must have skilled leaders who in turn must be trained. New bases must be established, enable to our fleets to defend our shores. Men and women must be taught to create supplies that we need. We must counter the agents of the dictators within our country. There is, moreover, another enemy at home. The enemy is that mean and petty spirit that mocks ideas, sneers at the sacrifice, pretends that American people can live by bread alone. If the Spirit of God is not in us, and if we do not prepare to give all that we are to preserve our Christian civilization in our own land, we shall go to destruction. What shall we be defending? The good earth of this land, our homes, our families, yes, and far more. We shall defend a way of life which has given more freedom to the soul and body of man than has ever been realized in the world before. A way of life that let man scale whatever heights he can without hurting his fellows. A way of life that lets man hold their heads and admit to no master but God. The wind that blows through the wide skies of these mountains, the wind that sweeps from Canada to Mexico, from the Pacific to the Atlantic, always has blown on free men. We are free today, If we join together now, men, women, and children, the face of common miles, as a united people, we shall be free tomorrow. And so, to the free people of America, I dedicate this park. President Roosevelt had a valid reason to speak so much to the people about being prepared to defend our country. A year ago, on September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland, took it over. On September 3rd, Britain and France declared war on Germany. September the 17th, the Soviet Union invaded Poland from the east side. April the 9th of 1940, Germany invades Denmark and Norway. May the 10th, Germany invades Belgium, Netherlands, and France. June the 22nd, 1940, France surrenders, signing an armistice agreement with Germany.